Fuck. Shit, a maze. Not, how's it going, man? How you doing? Harsh, how's it going? Perfect Storm, Blue Moon, Unicorn, Black Swan. Outer peak after peak, let's go. Yep, double the peaks, you know. Inner peak than outer peak, truly. Entourage, Retinue. Finally caught up with Kingdom yesterday. Took me 9 months. Let's go. Nice. Blue Cheese, Ranch, Caesar Dressing. Court, Red Tape. Earring, Green Goddess, Sweet Earrings. I don't know. I couldn't make it for stream. No worries, Seer. How's it going, man? Okay, so this is Ranch, Caesar, Blue Cheese. There's another. Is there another dipping here that I'm not seeing? Sweet. Just 3 more days. That's true. Green Goddess? What? Have you seen the special episodes PV? I have not. Of course I did see her. $50 puck later. Danitz the bold. Danitz male. Sequence 7. Sequence 7. Earlier the death. So volume 3 or 2 or 3. No, 2, 3, 4. Right. Who's gonna banter with you if I'm not here? Truly. Yep. Male. Anderson? Obviously I know that's not the... Okay, that doesn't tell me. Emlyn? Isengard? Oh, Isengard might be a good one. Later than Isengard. Emlyn? No, Emlyn would be sequence 4, right? So someone of the... Wait. No, not Rosega. Rosega was sequence 5. Shit. No, Forza's teacher. Forza's Abraham something? Nice. Who says I'm not good at this game? Earlier than Sharon. Earlier than Sharon. 50 puck male. Clyde. We're ready. Captain Dunsmith. So, not of the Nighthawks, not of the Lone Kingdom. Or not of the Nighthawks, not of the Church of Evernight. So Azek would be too late. Transmigrator. Early in the series. We didn't know if another Transmigrator. COI University. Azek? Seems silly, yeah. Stall a bit. I'm doing something. Sounds good, Kami. Chris, how's it going, buddy? How you doing? Derek. Later than Derek, earlier than Sharon. We didn't have anyone else join the Terror Club for a while. Roselle would be too early then, because if it's later than Derek, Roselle was mentioned in what? Chapter 2, 1, 3, something like 1, 2, 3, something like this. Just got back to the hotel from a nice dinner. Nice. Sure, would Sherlock count as a different... Oh, this is a good piece of intel though, because it's after Sherlock, before we meet Sharon. It's a very small place. So Backlund, then I'm thinking that what's the fucking kid, that random ass kid we meet on the train? Who's like, who might have some like sanguine blood because he has like red eyes. Enzo? Because he could just be a regular person. Maybe he doesn't have a sequence. Ian Wright. Lawyer Jurgen? Let's go. Sherlock was Sherlock was good in a weird way, MX, because it narrowed the range to very specific. Because I thought Earlier Than Sharon was like gonna be volume 1, but no, it turns out it was volume 2, but just really small part of volume 2, so that was really helpful. The damn black cat, yeah. Do 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 do. You don't guess who said the quote? Oh yeah, I guess we can do that one. A true professor can communicate with people gently and politely, but he can also educate the other person using the principles of physics by raising a cane to convince someone that there is an obstacle in communication. Rosal? Isaac. A true professor. A true professor. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Neil? Oh. Old Neil? Klein? What a waste of time. Always guess Klein first, I forget. Such a simple principle. He has half the lines in the book. Always choose him. Always choose him to start. Do 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 do. Wait a minute, B-U-A-R. Oh. Bro, it's 6:13 p.m. and I'm so sleepy. I'm genuinely becoming such an unk. I came home so late from the gym last night and then I couldn't fall asleep after because I had a Red Bull right before going. So I slept so late last night. Holy shit. What's my favorite anime? Anime? Okay, this is gonna be... this is not gonna... whatever. A silent voice. Absolutely no question about it. Oh, one sec. Sorry guys, something came up. Okay, I'm gonna stop stalling right now. I'm gonna start reading because I gotta end stream in like 45 minutes. Fuck, I'm so sorry. Fuck, something just came up. My brother just messaged me. Shit, I gotta go do something. Sorry boys. Okay, let's just try to get as much done as we can today, okay? Reading wise. Fuck, I'll have to delay Outer Wilds to tomorrow, I guess. Shit, sorry guys. Yeah, Kami's gonna be doubly pissed. Fuck it. I would do unspeakable things to Albedo. Yeah, Kami. Just a heads up, Kami, something came up. I'm sorry, you have to end streaming for like 45 minutes, okay? So it's gonna be a short ass fucking stream today, I'm sorry. My brother just came in, he just told me. Fuck. God damn it. Alright, I'll try and get through as much as I can, but I don't mind. Thanks, buddy. Overlord? Really? Your favorite anime? Interesting. I agree with my favorite anime movie. But like a show? A show. Fuck me, why can't I remember? What's the name? Lelouch v. Britannia. Fuck me, what's the name of the anime? It's been so long since I've seen it. But it's probably what I'd put at the top of everything else, I guess. Code Geass, there it is. That's yeah. Overlord's the first thing that pops into my head. Interesting choice. No judgment here. A true god is unique in nature. What does this mean? Is it impossible for another demoness to exist, whether in the mirror world or a painting? For me, I've never seen Cowboy Bebop's here. Fun fact. I really do need to watch it. Franca pondered over the demoness of Black's final word, sensing that it held critical knowledge. Nah, I'm just kidding, Kami. It's all good. As for Clarice's speculation about whether the demoness's projection in the mirror world underwent some changes, Franca had thought the same. When the demoness of Black obtained the black primordial demoness's figurine, she had nonchalantly mentioned, "The mirror people believe in the mirrored primordial one, but it's actually just a projection of the primordial one in the mirror." She didn't explain further, and at that time, Franca had already guessed that perhaps the projection had undergone some changes. But the problem was that if one continued this line of reasoning, it could explain why the demoness lost further control over the special mirror world after the Pale White War. According to Franca's limited knowledge, in the Pale Disaster, death fell and the demoness was heavily injured. Such a weakened demoness couldn't control the projections in the mirror from changing further, thus losing control in that mirror world. Franca thought that if she, with her limited knowledge of the Pale Disaster, could come to such a conclusion, the Demoness of Black wouldn't have said it couldn't be explained, unless she was completely unaware of the outcome of the Pale Disaster, or had obtained some other strong evidence that ruled out this possibility. After some thought, Franca asked, "Is that black figurine I handed over evidence of the Primordial One's projection changing?" Oh, Lazarus. I did watch like a couple episodes of it. The Demoness of Black neither nodded nor shook her head, instead explained, "Our pathway's most unique node is sequence 7. This isn't just because it changes our gender, but also because it leaves a strong, distinct imprint in the mirror world. The imprint that allows us to use mirror magic." This is about the mirror person for each demoness. Franca suddenly had an epiphany and took an opportunity to say, "Previously, Morin Avigny said the one in the mirror is our true self, our exiled self." "I believe Morin didn't lie to you," Clarice said. "The mirror people indeed believe that they are the true ones, but can you trust the conclusions they have made from their perspective? Have you ever forgotten your past self? That indelible pain?" "No," Franca answered. "I often think back to my past self in life, imagining that if I hadn't chosen this path, things may have been very different." The demoness nodded. "We still remember, we haven't forgotten, so it is impossible for our true self to be exiled. If one day we no longer feel pain from our losses, forget the past, and immerse ourselves in the present state, the strong imprint we left in the mirror world may activate in a mystical sense, leading to a loss of control. In this regard, having once made male and constantly reminiscing of our male self is a major advantage in maintaining our identity. Then purely female demonesses should be dangerous," Franca feigned a sudden realization. "There won't be any purely female demonesses," Clarice replied. "If you encountered one, you'd kill her, eh?" Franca would have lost control and died when ascending to a witch without the sacrificial square. Clarice continued, "Aside from the product of that special world, everyone has a mirror person. Each time we look in the mirror, a mirror person is created. For non-demoness pathway individuals, these mirror people are temporary projections, quickly dissipating. But we are different. The imprints we leave create a strong mirror person that always exists and grows stronger as we advance. In the divine stage, because a true God is unique, that imprint returns to the body, merging with the self. From then on, one exists both in reality and in the mirror world. That's something similar to what Morin said. The Demoness of Black didn't deny her strong imprint in the mirror and could be called mirror people. Both their words are likely contain parts of the truth, but not the whole. So the appearance of that figurine is abnormal. It should have merged with the self? Bug, how's it going, man? That is why we suspect the primordial one lost part of her characteristic, causing changes in the projection, Clarice continued. According to this logic, the white figurine shouldn't exist either. The primordial demoness, known as Chaos Demoness, shouldn't be purely black or white, unless the white or black figurines represent something other than the real and mirror selves. The black figurines are rare. Not every person has one. Not every mirror person has one. Not even someone as significant as Morin. Which specific ones possess it is currently unknown. Franca realized. She and Lumin had previously thought it didn't warrant further investigation as to why Morin didn't have the black primordial demoness figurine. Asking directly for the deity's honorific name and related info seemed plenty. Franca then showed her frustration, asking, shouldn't we be trying to destroy the Fourth Epoch Trier seal to lift the restrictions on that world, letting the primordial one regain control? Or are we still cleaning up their mess? Opening it ourselves and them opening it are different, the demoness said. Which one dominates, the black or the white figurines? Franca thought. What we need to do now is clean up the mirror people in Trier, disrupt their plans, and if possible, collect vital information from the deepest parts of the mirror world. Yes, madame, Franca said. I'm tracking a mirror person and need items that can traverse the mirror world and send messages through mirrors. The mirror cufflink is running out of uses. All right, I will prepare it for you, Clarice said. Remember, the mirror world is both mysterious and dangerous, a source of strength. But do not resist approaching it. But don't underestimate it. Compared to the hunter pathway, the mirror world is our most unique feature. Franca thought. Madame, can the plague of affliction witch expand the types of pathogens? What do you mean? Clarice said. Access, how's it going, man? I mean, can we find special pathogens and incorporate them into our plague ability? Simple illnesses like pneumonia, strokes, and heart attacks are powerful, but lack imagination. I remember some pathogens cause narcolepsy or complete muscle weakness, Franca elaborated. When you become a demoness of despair, you can create mystical pathogens with different effects. For now, the range of plagues is fixed by characteristics, unless... Unless what? Franca asked. Oh, ma, how's it going? Unless the primordial one modifies the scope of the plague as a true god of the demoness pathway. So that's possible. That is what it means to be a deity, Franca thought. In Marora, inside the carnivore bar, Lumin lay on his bed, eyes closed, appearing asleep but closely monitoring. He suspected that Celeste, seemingly fully converted, experimental subject, might secretly visit Julie in the night to share vital information about Marora. As the night deepened, Lumin felt a sudden restlessness, as if the air was filled with energy. His mind couldn't help but recall scenes of temptations he had witnessed before. Similar experiences were not new to Lumion. He had felt this before. Whenever Franca prayed to the demoness figurine made of bone, Lumion would be nearby sometimes. Even through walls and doors, he couldn't help but feel these sensations. Is Julie praying to the demoness figurine? Lumion thought. It wasn't necessarily due to Julie's extreme piety. It was a daily ritual for members of the demoness sect. Even a believer of Mr. Fool like Franca did. Before long, the amorous energy dissipated, and Lumion returned to normal. Suddenly, Lumion remembered something. Where did Julie get a primordial demoness figurine? During the exile to Aurora, Lumion noticed that neither Les nor Julie seemed to carry any belongings, meaning that except for Lumion, who had special treatment and wasn't searched, everyone else had been handled by normal procedure. So Julie shouldn't have a standard issue figurine from the demoness sect. Even if she wanted to make one herself, she'd need to buy materials and set up a ritual. No way she could have done it in a day. So where did her figurine come from? Or did she directly use the language that can invoke natural forces to recite the demoness's name? If that were the case, the influence of the power overflow on me would be too weak. LEMMiNO made a quick hypothesis. Celeste had visited. It must have been her who had become an experimental subject who gave Julie the figurine. But why didn't I notice? I was monitoring her room. With that thought, LEMMiNO sat up and looked at the mirror in his bedroom. Yes, Celeste must have come from the mirror world. She must have communicated with Julie through a mirror, which is why I didn't detect anything. It is normal for a demoness sect to have items like the mirror cufflink. LEMMiNO got out of bed and walked to the full-length mirror. He felt it was time to use the cufflink. He put on the glass-like cufflink and pressed his hand against the mirror. The button-like accessory lit up with a faint glow and LEMMiNO's figure penetrated the mirror's surface. Before the web-like tunnel spread out before him, LEMMiNO sensed the 3 mirror imprints he had left in the outside world. He didn't rush to the mirror in Julie's room, instead taking out an unfinished letter, a letter to Franca, Jenna, and Anthony. He then activated the black mark on his shoulder, attempting to teleport. It felt distant and had an invisible barrier. Even if he penetrated the barrier, there was a vast, silent void that LEMMiNO believed contained indescribable danger. Does this represent that special mirror world? To leave Marora and return I must pass through? Even angels would find that dangerous. With these thoughts, LEMMiNO stretched out his hand holding the letter, using the already activated mirror cufflink to give the paper a reflective, glass-like hue. Evening! How's it going, man? The light struck to the invisible barrier surface, slowly permeating it, falling through the dead silence, heading to the mirror. It works, LEMMiNO sighed, as it used the contractual ability of traversal to head to Julie's room. The mirror was pitch black with no traces. My country's playing today? LEMMiNO sniffed slightly, catching a scent like a human hormone. Not Julie's scent. Celeste did indeed visit, LEMMiNO thought. Now the question was, did Celeste use an item to traverse the spirit world and reach Julie's room? An item that escaped the Church of Knowledge's search, or did she use a special connection to send it through a ritual? Or did she conduct a ritual to ask the demoness for it? Is she no longer the original Celeste, but her corresponding special mirror person? This could explain why she retained some of her self-awareness after becoming an experimental subject, but it's not the only explanation. LEMMiNO, an experienced handler of mystical events with much knowledge, naturally linked it to the special mirror people. He didn't peek into Julie's current situation through the mirror, fearing Celeste had given Julie some mirror-related items. Moreover, Julie had finished praying, and the demoness's figurine residual effects lingered. LEMMiNO didn't know if this would affect his spying. Of course, he could roughly guess what Julie was doing, while he could hear Julie's suppressed soft moans through the mirror. Lovers reunited. She is celebrating, clearly. He teleported back to his room, stepped out of the glass surface, and laid back on his bed. Trier. Lonely, empty, cold. Franca used to go to bed early and early to rise. Sighed. Lying in bed. She felt she needed a few more days to adapt. At this moment, she sensed something and sat up and walked to her living room. She looked at the full-length mirror in the living room and saw a water-like light on the glass surface. Is it LEMMiNO or Clarice? Franca walked over and pressed her hand on the surface. Her hand felt cold as if penetrating a lake made of ice. The paper dispersed, forming lines and intition. I have arrived in Marora. LEMMiNO briefly described his experience and the results of the experiment, but didn't mention his specific situation. It was a kind of corruption, a corruption Franca and others may not withstand. At the end of the letter, LEMMiNO reminded, I have told my messenger and Madame Hella that if anyone writes to me and can't find me, they should send it to you. Yes, you, Franca. Now you, temporarily, have a messenger. He's still mocking me, Franca thought. She thought for a moment and began writing a reply. Nothing much to say, just a reminder. The Demoness of Black told me that demonesses with color titles occasionally receive revelations from the primordial one. If they are like this, won't the Demoness of Affliction sent to Marora for important tasks also receive revelations? Take this seriously. Also, it is time to test your ascetic endurance. If you get bewitched and lose your manhood, even if it grows back, I'll laugh at you for your life. After finishing, Frank unfolded the letter and took out a rectangular amulet from the traveler bag. The amulet was entirely transparent with patterns and motifs like bubbles inside. It was the ice amulet given to Franka by the Demoness of Black, allowing 7 traversals to the mirror world, or 14 of information. It feels like a very Chinese time in my life, Seer, truly. Franka put on an amulet, held the letter, and returned to the full-length mirror. With a flash of cold, she pressed the letter into the mirror, letting it fall. Marora. After reading the letter on the mirror's surface, Lumin laid back down. He had anticipated surprises, like Wanek, the owner of the agricultural company, coming to kill him. The most dangerous criminal in Marora should soon figure out who the exile he confronted in the afternoon was. He must know it was Lumin that killed the bar owner and took over the damn place. Given his attitude, he couldn't wait to kill Lumin on the spot. Now that he had identified the target and locked down his whereabouts, he would act quick. Lumin didn't sleep all night, only pretending to, just to monitor Julie. But for this reason, now he hoped Wanek would come soon. Only then would he teleport away, leaving Julie, the Demoness, for Wanek, letting them have an intense duel. That way he could see what cards Julie held, what she got from Celeste, and whether Wanek could further use the power of 001. To Lumin's disappointment, Wanek didn't show up. Is there a need to be this cautious? Just come, Lumin muttered, getting out of bed. Chef Les was already up, preparing breakfast. We can resume operations by noon today, Les said, but we don't have much beef, lamb, or pork. I'll give you some startup funds, Lumin replied. Just as he was about to leave the kitchen, he heard Julie's footsteps. An idea crossed his mind as he said, by the way, let me tell you about a few people you need to be cautious of. Do not provoke them. First, Wanek, the owner of the Dada's Agricultural Company. Another is a man named Albus Medici. As soon as he mentioned the name, Julie's footsteps paused for but a moment. He might not use that name in Marora. I knew him before and saw him again yesterday when he came to the bar to duel with the owner. He has red hair. In Marora, anyone with red hair is trouble. I'll keep that in mind, Les said. Are you sure? Do you need me to sketch them for you? Lumin asked. He wasn't asking Les, but also Julie. He wanted to give the Demoness something to focus on, hoping she'd be aware of Wanek and Albus soon enough. No need, I'll remember them like different ingredients with distinct features, Les shook her head. Ingredients? Like turkey? Lumin imagined Albus as a turkey and laughed, and then handed Les 200 sass and gold coins to restock the bar. He then turned to leave the kitchen and saw Julie. The Demoness had changed into fresh new clothes. Lumin suddenly recalled the sounds he had heard last night, contrasting sharply with Julie's serene appearance at the moment. Damn it, she's using charm on me! It was normal to react, but the strong reaction isn't normal for me. Do you remember the second rule of the bar? He looked up at Julie. Julie seemed to be glowing with inner joy. Are you not worried about exposing that Celeste visited you last night, gal? Take a hit by impregnating Bullet? I'm sorry, are you making the Bullet lack awareness? Because, listen, honestly, it would not be that much money, okay? It would literally just be, you'd have to show me how you made it, and then you can hit me with it, because in that way I can sell those for like infinite money, and we know it works because I got pregnant. So, you know what? Actually, I would do it for not that much money, believe it or not. I'm actually quite a reasonable person, believe it or not. Easy's reading Shadow Slave. Oh yeah, where is he? 741? Bro! You're almost caught up. You're like, what, 60 chapters away? Plus, I am gonna basically have to leave today after like 5 chapters anyway. Awareness, so we're fucked anyway, so you'll catch up in no time. Might be corrupted? Nah, trust. I'll take it. Julie smiled. Don't harass the boss. Do not charm me, Lumin said. Julie shrank back. What are you gonna do? She acted scared, but her eyes sparkled with amusement as if teasing him. First-time offenses are forgiven, but do not let it happen again. Yes, boss, Julie said. The bar won't open until noon. Can I go out for a bit? Sure. Planning to add to your collection, or do you have a morning exercise? No, I just want to explore, Julie said. As she left the bar, Lumin immediately teleported ahead, transforming into a shadow to follow her, but Julie vanished. Invisibility and wiped her tracks and did anti-divination? This meant what Julie was doing this morning was important, and she didn't want anyone to know. Not gonna lie, it doesn't specify what stage of pregnancy, so if it's really early, you'd basically feel like nothing. Also, having just met her lover and finding solace, she was much more professional now. This was the normal behavior of a Sequence 5. Lumin wasn't too disappointed. At least Julie now knew about Wannick and Albus. Following the nearest path, he walked towards the cemetery but didn't dig any graves or sneak underground, instead going to the library. Today, he was not merely tracking Julie. His main goal was to visit Heraberg. The title of Maurora's Archbishop was Lumin's creation. After this puppet-like clergyman of the Church of Knowledge claimed to oversee all theological affairs in Maurora. Lumin felt that since the church had recommended him into Maurora without confiscating his items, direct inquiry about the underground mausoleum may be surprisingly effective. Also kind of a test, Lumin wanted to see if the sealing information about 001 was only given to him or distributed to all eligible individuals. What will you be reading after RI Ways, MX? That's a long way ahead, man. And honestly, I am open to offers, okay? I'm open to offers, boys. Inside the radiant cathedral, Lumin found Heraberg, his graying hair, kind eyes, and white robes. Archbishop, Lumin asked. What puzzles you? Heraberg asked. If I want to enter the cemetery's underground section to find something, how can I avoid the dangers? Not RI is long as fuck, but I don't plan on reading all of it. I'm not gonna do like fucking all of it, okay? We're gonna do like a certain portion of it until we get to like a good place to break, and then we'll leave it for a bit. And then we'll leave it for a bit, and then maybe we'll read something else, and then we'll come back, and then we'll read some more. Something like that, okay? I'm not doing all of RI in one sitting. Anyone who thinks so, you're out of your fucking gourd. No shot. Like, maybe we read like the first 300, 500 chapters, you know, whatever. Something like, I'm not saying like an indistinguished amount, but like a decent amount, but I'm not finishing all of it in one sitting, and then just being like, okay, well, now we're taking Mother of Learning, Bug, I have to read RI, or fucking Uth will genuinely just track me down and just hunt me. Okay, I can't. Heraberg smiled and pointed to the bookshelf. This one, and this one. Read them thoroughly. Lumin followed his gesture and noting the book titles. Yeah, I can't, like, I can't. As much as I'm glad I finished COI and I had fun with it and stuff, it just, like, as far as the channel was concerned, this year so far has just literally been a wash. I could have uploaded zero fucking streams, and the channel would literally be basically where it's at right now. There's just no fucking point. So I gotta look out for the channel a little bit too. Doll crafting and maintenance, examples of mausoleum construction, principles of sealing. Yeah, no, Sierra, that I plan to do. What use is this for a hunter like me? I'm not a reader who can wield knowledge directly. Does this mean that by absorbing this knowledge I can grasp the layout of the mausoleum, understand the sealing mechanism, and find a way to leave my mark? Lumin thought. Once you have read those, complete these test papers. You must score perfectly on each one. Lumin looked at the stack of test papers filling a shelf as his forehead twitched. So once I finish reading and acing the tests, I can avoid the dangers? Heraberg then pointed to another bookshelf. That one, and that one. Master all the knowledge on those shelves, and then you'll be well prepared. 3 shelves? That's about 200 or 300 books, plus thousands of test papers. Remember, knowledge is power. And all the answers you seek lie within. I'll start with these, Lumion said. Alright, community's full of psychos? Well, listen, every community's full of psychos. Let's just hope there are people who show up for stream, people who like and click on videos, and perhaps some people who would be willing to support the channel. That's all we can ask for, okay? You're genuinely entertaining. What do you have in mind for future games after Outer Wilds? Oh, I appreciate that, sir. I don't know. We can definitely do stuff. We can do a lot of. We can definitely do stuff. That's no problem. We'll figure out game stuff. No problem. A hunter who pursues knowledge is the most powerful hunter. It has been years since another hunter came to me, willing to patiently read the designated books. The others with red or thick hair won't even step into the holy temple of knowledge, let alone approach the bookshelves. LOTM game? Fuck yeah. It is because Aurora instilled a reading habit in me. Hitman, maybe? Dude, I would love to play Hitman. I'm dog shit. I play Hitman like Call of Duty, okay? I'll just kill everything in a fucking 5 kilometer radius and then be like, got the job done. Lumin thought, feeling a pang of sadness. He placed the books in his bag, bid farewell to Harroburg, and walked toward the Knowledge's entrance. Along the way, he saw a figure named familiar figure, Gooey. The scholarly-looking Gooey, now dressed in a thick cotton clothing, stood by the bookshelf. Lumin walked over. What a coincidence. What are you doing here? Didn't I tell you yesterday? I regret not knowing enough. Now, with such a vast library, how could I pass up a chance to learn? What brings you here? To ask if it's too late to convert, Lumin joked. Have you found a job yet? Not yet. I don't want to work on a farm or a factory as a slave. I'm planning to study. Fortunately, I had some luck yesterday and earned some money, so I don't have to worry about going hungry. Lumin chatted with Gooey for a bit before waving goodbye to the secretive serial killer and returning to the bar. He stood by the window and began reading. Aurora's sunlight alternated between bright and hidden, but it didn't affect Lumion as he had a radiant fireball lamp. Near noon, Julie returned, her face smiling, exuding a charm. You're reading? Julie said. Not much else to do, Lumion replied. Julie had no interest in the book, so she withdrew her gaze and went upstairs. Lumion clicked his tongue. Really, knowledge is power and knowledge is wealth. Aren't you curious of what I'm reading? Les approached. Boss, lunch is ready. Lumion nodded, put away the books and stood up, and said to Les, find a red cloth and hang it at the door. Les didn't question him. She went upstairs, found a piece of red cloth and hung it at the entrance. Lumin then sat at the newly rebuilt bar enjoying the spiced, marinated roast beef. As time passed, more and more customers entered the bar. Les had put up a wooden stand outside with a new menu and prices. Of course, this wasn't the main reason of the customers. The main reason was the incredibly low prices. After all, there was no owner to take a cut. Customers came in with a sense of skepticism. They didn't have much faith in the bar under new ownership, repeatedly checking if the prices were real or if there were hidden costs. This skepticism stemmed from being frequently deceived by many merchants. Those merchants had a point, though. We've been exiled for a serious crime. You can't expect us to be honest, would you? Beware, he reads like going through a maze. Besides, the resident code here doesn't prohibit false pricing on inferior goods. Most customers were angry but helpless. Those merchants had already been eliminated. The remaining ones were far too powerful. Sometimes killing them wasn't a viable option. If I had understood that, I wouldn't have been exiled, a man in his 40s raised his opinion while holding a beer. His gaze kept shifting to Julie, temporarily acting as a bartender, hoping to catch her attention. Low prices drew them in, but the bartender made them stay. Lumion forked over forked a piece of perfectly roasted beef, savoring the combination of Les's spices and meat. He wondered if after leaving Marora he should have Ludwig become a head chef. Can't waste such talent. Ayane, you're gonna have to read the fucking first book to find out, brother. Let alone the second. You wouldn't believe it, we're gonna come to find out the most dangerous man in this city, the head of the agricultural company or whatever his name is just Elon Musk. Price gouging. After finishing lunch, Lumen took a glass of strong liquor and walked around the hall and as the bar owner, piecing together current situation in Marora from different customers. Not long after the establishment of the City of Exiles, a class division emerged. Today, the Beyonders firmly controlled all key positions in Marora, holding the resources like food, meat, vegetables, dairy, minerals, factory goods, sales channels, and street shops. Ordinary criminals without powers could only serve them, working. The better off were employees, far worse off were nearly slaves. For these criminals, the ultimate dream was to gain the trust of a powerful Beyonder and receive unwanted characteristics. This was exactly what the Iron and Blood Cross Order dreamed of, Lumen chuckled. As a former member of the Iron and Blood Cross Order, he often mocked the awkward preaching and rituals, but it helped him grasp the ideology of the Order. They wanted to establish a world where Beyonders no longer hid, but gained status through power. Marora seemed to embody this. Lumen was about to finish his drink and find a quiet place upstairs to study when he noticed Gusain, the gentleman, entering the bar. You came quickly. Someone's been watching this place, Lumen joked. Gusain sat beside him, removing a top hat and addressed Julie. Lanti-proof. In Marora, the most popular drinks were rye beer, Lanti-proof, and red wine. Lumen took out paper and pen from his traveler bag and started sketching. Gusain waited until Julie handed him the drink and asked, "You made your decision faster than anticipated?" "I didn't want to be tied down like this," Lumen replied with a hidden meaning. His true intention was that he didn't want to stay in Marora long, while Gusain interpreted it as him not wanting to remain under the church's rule. "That is a choice all strong people make. Eagles don't mingle with sparrows," Gusain praised. "Now, you still need to convince me that you have a promising future. I don't stand with losers." "I've incentivized dozens of riots and haven't been caught. Isn't that reason enough?" Gusain said. "In my hometown, there's a saying, my friend. One swallow doesn't make a summer. Not a single event can predict a season. Hastily making judgments based on sole incidents is unwise." "What do you need?" Gusain said. "Pass my test," Lumen chuckled. "Normally, wouldn't it be the organization testing new members? How did it become the other way around here?" "It depends on the member's strength and importance, I suppose," Lumen said. "What do you want?" Gusain said. "Find this person." Lumen pushed over a letter, the drawing of Albus Medici. "Him?" Gusain said. Lumen nodded. "His name is Albus Medici. I don't know if he's using an alias here." "Medici. You can test us, but we need to test you too," Gusain said, tucking the paper in his pocket. "You must prove your abilities. Killing the owner of the bar wasn't enough? Or do you want to fight me?" "I acknowledge your strength," Gusain said, "but we need to test other things." Gusain glanced around, his eyes resting on the irresistibly charming Julie. The Church of Knowledge's control over Marora lies on something in the underground mausoleum. Our goal is to break in and take control. It is quite dangerous, though. We have found a similar place to train our members. Our test is to enter that fog-covered area, overcome the challenges, and reach the marked destination. The goal is still 001? Lumen thought. "Alright, when do we start?" "Tonight," Gusain said, as he finished his drink, paid, and left the bar. Lumen glanced at Julie, noticing that she was dealing with customers politely and reservedly, seemingly unaware of the conversation. Lumen smirked, put down his glass, and went upstairs. Trier. Quartier de la Cathédrale Commémorative. "Jenna should be back the day after tomorrow, right?" Franca muttered, standing at the living room window, her face alternating between light and shadow. Soon she saw penitent Baneful emerge. A letter? Who's writing to Lumen? Franca accepted the letter and said thank you. Penitent nodded, turned around and vanished into the night outside the window. I want to build a relationship and ask you to introduce me to a messenger, Franca mumbled. She raised her right hand, catching a scent of powder, perfume, grass and flowers. A letter from a woman. Not sure if I should call you Monsieur Louis Berry or Monsieur Lumian Lee, Franca uttered as she opened the letter. Through Rhea, I've delved into Matani's mysticism circles, learning much of mysticism and realizing I'm not weak, just inexperienced. Of course, I've also realized the gap between us now and how vast the world is beyond Matani. I am willing to help your friend and hope you'll keep your promise. Amandina. Amandina. Who the fuck is this? Oh, Amandina. Got it. The young miss. Got it. Yep. Got it. The Dream Festival. Yeah, I got that. Alright guys, I am so sorry. This was not how I intended today to go at all. Just something came up. I'll try and stream longer tomorrow to try to make up, boys. I am sorry. I gotta go do something now. By the time I get back, it'll be fucking nighttime. Kill me. Alright guys, that's it. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Bye guys.